has it.
Call out a name, or you gossiping, or you chatty patty.
I'm gossiping.
This is the Rumor Report.
I mean, I guess we on the Breakfast Club. This is where the tea spills, right?
Right. On the Breakfast Club.
All right, so let's get straight into it. Stephen A. Smith claims players have tried to get sports journalists fired. While on Podcast P with Paul George, Stephen A. Smith claimed that some athletes have tried to get various sports journalists fired over questions they don't want to answer. And I think we have some audio, Eddie. Mm-hmm.
You got to understand that everybody has a job to do. A lot of times, particularly if it's a beat writer and it's somebody that's in their locker room after every game and is talking, is cultivating a relationship with you, they know you, so the last thing they want to do is come up to you and ask you that question. They have no choice because their job is on the line. No matter how bad your game was that day, your contract guaranteed. You know, you got cats that, and they're going to remain nameless as players, but when I went hard on a couple of superstar players, I happen to know for a fact they tried to get a couple of journalists fired. And it's because the journalists asked them about something that they were hearing, and they brought up the brother. But when Woj reported it, or Shams reported it, you ain't say shit.
So he's pretty much saying that when it comes to the black reporters, that's when things come out. What do you guys think? Tell me your thoughts. What do we say?
That sounds about right to me, because that's what happens in this industry too. Like, you know, you say something about somebody. Well, hasn't happened in a while, but artists used to do that all the time. Call program directors and try to get
people fired.
Get people fired all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Oh,
100%. Hasn't happened in a while, but yeah. I mean, it hasn't happened in a while because I don't think that people care about artists like that no more. Like, there's not really too many artists who wield that kind of power with stations anymore, with radio stations.
Yeah, and I also feel like I don't want to say back then, but a lot of times back in the day it was more slanderous. It was more what people heard and less facts. And I think now it's more factual.
Okay.
Now
we're not
going to report a story if it's not true. You know what I mean? Because this can hurt an artist's career. It can hurt, I
mean, even if it's true, that don't mean that they like it.
Yeah,
you know, some
true.
things that are true, they don't want people to talk about.
That's true, too.
You know what
And
I
I
mean?
feel like a lot more people have a lot more opinions, and people are willing to put things out just because they think so for hot clicks.
Yeah, but you also think about radio maybe 15 years ago, 20 years ago. It was a wild, wild west. Like, people would say anything. There would be no facts. There'd be no rhyme or reason.
You're right.
And
you can hit a lawsuit and
that's right.
Yeah, you're not going to do that.
Now that's happening on YouTube and social media, so that's why they're the ones getting sued now.
Correct.
And as far as the athletes going after the white journalists, that don't surprise me because niggas is always scared of white people.
Clutch my pearls. Clutch my pearls. All right, so let's go on. So we talked about it yesterday. Well, Big Sue, shout out to her. Blindside family. Let's give an update on that. So Michael is demanding $15 million in shakedown prior to the lawsuit. This is what was said. So he was drafted by the Baltimore Ravens in the first round of 2009, right? NFL draft. He filed a petition in a Tennessee court on Monday to end the 2004 conservatorship, alleging that he learned in February 2023 that the family had never legally adopted him. So an attorney who represents Ashawn and Leanne said in a statement on Tuesday that former NFL player Michael threatened to plant a negative story in the press about the Tennessee family unless they paid him $15 million. So Michael Singer is a well-known California attorney, denied in a statement obtained by Fox News Digital the allegations leveled against the family in Oher's petition to end the conservatorship, calling them hurtful and absurd. And I believe even the dad made a statement saying that we loved him then at 16, so we're going to love him now. So
where the money at, though? Where the money at? That's all Michael asking. Where the money at?
Well, there was a statement they said from the movie they only got $15,000 each from the movie.
And he got a share, they said?
Yeah, they said he got a percentage. They said if he doesn't want the conservatorship anymore, they'll release that. And they said the reason that he wasn't adopted is because he was 18. So you couldn't adopt after 18 because he was on his own. And there was something about that they took him in so he couldn't go to school. They actually responded. So
can I be honest? I remember when this movie first came out. I was a kid, but there was always controversy over this movie. Nobody remembers that? People were always talking about this movie. They didn't fully believe it. So I'm not surprised really about it. I'm really not.
It's just confusing because, when you watch the movie, at the end of the movie, you see the family and the brother in it. So
Right.
it makes it seem like they co-signed it. You know what I mean?
thought he was just
everything
smashing the
cool.
wife.
That
What?
kind of confused you a little bit at the end.
I thought he was just smashing the wife. I
That's-
thought that they
I
brought
don't
him
know
in there.
what.
I
How,
always
Is that
thought
what you
that-
got out of
make
that?
you
Yeah.
think
What you got out of that?
I just always thought that was the blind side. That's what they didn't want us to see.
that was the blind
Yeah, that's
side.
the
I'm
part
not-
they
I
didn't
can't.
show us. That's what I always
But
thought.
there's a part 2 to this, so Twitter's gonna go in. I think this
When you
black-
said part 2, I was like, part 2 to the movie?
Me too. I was like,
There's a part 2 to
What's
this story.
next?
So now, Black Twitter is the congregation is asking for Miss Sandra Bullock. I love me some Sandra. I'm not gonna lie. They're asking for her to turn in her Oscar.
Now,
She
that's
can't do
just
that
stupid.
because she was acting.
So I was gonna ask you, do you agree?
No, she's not part of that family.
when
She was
Twitter gets
acting.
stupid.
Yeah,
They,
she's an
they
actress.
feel some people feel like she should be speaking up and about it since she played the role
What
of
she
the
know
mom.
All
about
she
it?
did was play a role.
Yeah, she did play a role.
That's all I did.
People
I don't know
are crazy.
nothing about this. I liked the script and I played a role. Like, why would I? Like, that makes no sense. Black Twitter, come on.
It's the meme, and it's not just Black Twitter. I can't just put it on Black Twitter, but we gonna go in. But it's the gifts and the memes for me. One person said Sandra Bullock should give her Oscar back. She knows she didn't deserve that.
You know what's so crazy
my
about the world we
goodness.
live in? Everything always comes back to celebrity. People
It does.
always find a way to put everything on the celebrity's lap. Like, what does Sandra Bullock have to do
Nothing.
with this?
Nah,
Absolutely
she-
positively
hey, man.
nothing.
I actually liked the movie. I liked her in the movie. So
She was home knitting, minding her business, and it just bothered that woman.
It's just a movie. They played a role. And they played a role and they were acting like some terrible people. You know what I mean? That's what happens sometimes when you play in a movie.
So let me ask you, do you guys think, last question, do you honestly think that it was intentional for them to take money from him?
I don't know. I don't know all the details. But like I said, the only thing that's confusing.
He got the
Well, ask
shot.
him why he said yes. Ask why he said yes.
Why do you say yes, sir?
They white and he black.
See?
That's the story.
I don't
and
know.
you're sticking
What's up,
to it.
man? What's up? Why we acting stupid?
I don't know all the details. I don't know. I really don't know.
Well, that's your doggone rumor report right there.
All right. Charlamagne!
Yes.
Who even a down couture?
Man, 4 after the hour, speaking of black-white relations in America, we need Kimberly Jennings to come to the front of the congregation. We'd like to have a word with her. You know who Kimberly Jennings is, right? That's the white woman who decided to pour Coca-Cola on people cheering.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to discuss 4
Oh,
after the hour.
glory.
All right, we'll get into that next. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake that ass up.
In the morning.
The Breakfast Club.